I'm Dave Sider, baby. This is Rock Radio UK. And today I'm speaking to the legend that is John Corabi. Hello.
Legendary is huge, buddy. Thank you.
Legendary. Yes, legendary. I mean, you
Only
have
in my
been
mind.
around. Um, you're back. You're back with the Dead Daisies.
Yes, sir. And having a blast. It's been awesome. And I know a lot of people have been asking me why I left, and it was more of a personal thing, if I can condense this. But I joined the Daisies in 15 and 2015. And just prior to that, my son moved from Los Angeles to Nashville to be in my solo band.
Right.
And that was like 2013 or something like that. And then 2014, I got married. And to make a long story even longer, I was in the Daisies, and the trajectory of the band just, it took off. And about 2 years into my stint, I had my son in one ear telling me I sucked because he moved to Nashville to be in my band,
Yeah.
and now he never saw me. And then every time I would come home, my new wife would be standing in the doorway with a gun because she didn't recognize who was walking through the door. So I just kind of went to the guys and I said, man, I appreciate the offer. I appreciate everything that we've done. I just need to take a little bit of a break, personal, and, you know, hang with my kids, my grandkids, my family. And, I still work, but at my own pace.
Mm.
And they understood. Everything was great. We were constantly in communication the whole time I was not in the band.
Yeah.
And even at one point, they were getting ready to, I think they had just done the Holy Ground album,
Right.
and they were getting ready to go on tour with Glenn, and he got sick. So I flew to New York, and I kind of ran them through their paces for rehearsals to blow up the dust.
Yeah.
And then they rehearsed a few days with Glenn and went on tour. But coming back was like I never left. You know what I mean? It's been awesome.
It does remind me of an Eagles song. You can check out anytime you like.
But you can never leave.
No. You seem to be a lifer.
Or as Al Pacino so eloquently stated in Godfather 3, every time I try to get out, they pull me back in.
Well, I'm personally glad you're back, because the last two singles have been absolutely superb. I think it's some of the best stuff you've done so far.
That's cool, man. Thank you. We had such a good time. Well, first of all, every record that I've ever done with the Daisies, not to sound weird, but it's, there's like five, there's always been like five writers in the band.
Yeah.
And then you add the sixth, Marty Fredrickson as well. And it's just been like painless to go in and do these records, and we do them quick.
Yeah.
Every record we've ever done, we've written it, recorded, mixed, mastered, done the artwork. Everything was done before we left, and all the records were done in less than a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, now this go around, we got together, we said, all right, we're gonna record. And so we knew we were going to do some of it here in Nashville at Marty's studio, but we also went down to, if you've watched the Netflix documentary, we went to the legendary studio Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals,
Yeah.
Alabama, and we did a little writing and recording there. And we were kind of so, I hate to say it, it sounds cliche, but we were so blown away by the room.
Hmm.
And we were all checking something off of our bucket list. So while we were there, we actually did do some writing and recording for Light 'Em Up there, but we also recorded a blues record.
Okay.
So we've actually got two records that are already done, mixed, mastered, everything's together. The first one is obviously Light 'em Up, and then there's a blues record that's coming next year. Uh, that's just amazing. It's going to be awesome.
I do love it when people say they've done a blues record because it's something just a little bit different, going back to people's roots, and they
Well, and the thing is with the Daisies, I sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off
no.
there. Historically, we've always done, a cover song or two
Mm,
on record as a tip of the hat to some of the artists that we grew up listening to. And, we did the same on Light 'em Up. We have a song from the Angels on there called Take a Long Line. Um, but this time we were kind of jamming and we were so inspired by this room that we were in Muscle Shoals. And we said, you know what? Let's keep this thing rolling and let's do a tip of the hat to the bands and artists that inspired the bands that we grew up listening to. So we took it back a step further. And the cool thing, the cool thing of it is we tried to kind of do like what Zeppelin did
yeah.
with their takes on a lot of the blues stuff. Like if you listen to songs, with one of my favorites is their version of When the Levee Breaks, which
Yeah.
is, it's legendary.
Yeah.
Um, but if you listen to the melody, it's the same. The lyrics are the same, but they just took the music in a whole other direction and they did it their way, which a lot of these, they're just standard blues songs that we just took and we had some fun with it. But we kept each song, we just said, well, what would Zeppelin do? Or what would Foghat do? Or, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And we just kind of did our take on some of these blues songs, and it really came out amazing. So I'm stoked about both of these records. I can't wait for people to hear them.
Yeah, I'm excited already. But before that, we have a little tour coming up in a couple of weeks in the UK.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to get back there again.
It
It,
does feel like your second home.
yeah, you know what? And I can't state it enough, and I know I sound redundant, and I'm sure everybody says the same thing, but I truly mean it. Like I don't know why, but for some reason the UK has like completely embraced anything that I've ever done, whether it was the Scream,
Mhm.
the Motley record, the Union stuff I did. Like we've always had such a great response from the UK audiences. And it's the same with the Daisies. Like I joined the band and uh all of a sudden songs like Something I Said and Midnight Moses and just all these tracks just really took hold in the UK. So I love coming over there. I love the history. The fans have been amazing. And contrary to what most people will say about the English food, I kind of dig it, dude. I love coming over and hitting a pub and having a pint of Guinness and some bangers and mash or shepherd's pie, whatever. So it's all good. It's all good.
We do have some good food. It's got to be said.
Yeah, it's funny because my wife is actually half English. Her mother's from Essex, and
Okay.
you know, which I still haven't quite figured out what the Essex girl thing means, but we give her shit about it all the time. Um,
I'm staying out of that because it could cause me a lot of trouble.
well, it's funny. David Coverdale, when we did the tour, I introduced him to my wife, and she said, my mother's from England, and he goes, "Oh, well, love," and she goes, "Essex." He goes, "Ah, Essex girls." So I don't know what that means. I'm sure somebody will fill me in at some point, but yeah, my mother-in-law's from Essex. So I am very partial to the people and the fans of the UK.
Excellent. Well, you've got a 2-week run coming up. I believe it is starting on the 6th, looking at my notes here in Brighton.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then you'll get heading to my territory, which is Torquay, which is Devon, then Southampton, Holmfirth, Glasgow, Nottingham, Wolverhampton, Newcastle, Manchester, Swansea, Bristol, where I'll be seeing you, and London.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I think the last time we were there, this, with the Daisies,
mm,
uh, was 2018. So it's been a
wow.
while.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we've had various things going on in the world in the meantime. It does seem
Yes.
like an age ago.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, I think the world is going completely mad.
Yeah.
Um, with just everything. It's just crazy. So, at which, not to lead into the other stuff we were talking about, David said when I come back, and especially when we were doing the records, he goes, "Man, I put this thing together so that I could have fun, you guys could have fun, and the audience could have fun." And he goes, "I think we kind of got away from it for a minute." And he goes, I just want to bring the fun back."
Yeah.
So lyrically, even on the new record, we're just like, all right, let's not get into anything that's going to make people think. They're
Yeah.
inundated with thinking 24/7. Let's just keep it plain, simple, and energetic, and just get out and have some fun. So we're looking forward to everything.
Okay. When is the new record coming out?
September 6th,
Ah,
the day we start in the UK.
right. So not long to wait then, really.
Nope. We've got we've already done a single and a video for Light 'em Up.
Yeah.
Uh the new one that just came out is for a song called I'm Gonna Ride. Uh and if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on this, but I do believe that there will be a third single for a song called I Want to Be Your Bitch.
Okay.
Don't ask.
Well,
Uh,
you say that, but I feel I should.
yeah, no, you know what's funny? That's David Lowey's riff, and he always has these cool, almost borderline. It's like these. It's rock and roll, but it's got a little bit of a punk, snotty little punk feel to it.
Yeah.
So we started working on this riff, and then we put the song together, and I don't know, we were all sitting there looking at each other going, I don't know, man, like the chorus just kind of reminds me of something snotty, like I Want to Be Your Dog.
Okay.
And love that title. Obviously it's taken. So we just said, all right, let's call it I Want to Be Your Bitch. And so I went away with Marty, and we sat down and we were just laughing our ass off because I was telling him, I said to Marty, I go, have you ever been so angry at a girl? Like, whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, we all pride ourselves on having the most beautiful girl on our arms when we walk into the room. But I said, have you ever been so pissed at your wife or your girlfriend, and they just do something that just drives you mad, and then they step out of the shower and they drop the towel, and you completely forget what you were mad about? And he just started laughing. He goes, yeah. So we kind of wrote this tongue-in-cheek thing about this girl that just wants first class tickets. She wants to eat caviar. She's just spending your money like mad, but in America we say she could suck a bowling ball through a garden hose. So you just take it all.
Um, just looking back over the album, I mean, if you would pick a track that stands out for you from the album, what would that be?
That's such a hard question, because it's weird. they've all got some special meaning. Do you know what I mean? That would be
Yeah.
like saying, okay, which of these fingers do you use the least? You know, like, I love Light 'Em Up.
Yeah.
Um, I God, that's a great question, buddy. Because I'm going, wow, okay, I love Light, but I like Ride too because I love my motorcycles.
Yeah.
I think the one that everybody's been kind of talking about, the quite a few interviews that I've done, they said, well, this song is a little left of anything you guys have ever done before, and they
Hmm.
didn't know what the title meant. And I think it's the song Back to Zero.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard it or not.
Yeah. I've heard it briefly. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is a little different than anything that we've done before, but and a lot of people are like, oh, it's weird. Like, it's not so much the melody you're singing, it's the answer lines
Mm.
that are like it's a call and reply thing. And they said the replies have kind of an Alice in Chains vibe to it,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is cool. I love Jerry Cantrell, and he's a good buddy of mine, and Alice in Chains, but they're like, what does it mean? And it's just funny. It's my wife and I have said this quite a bit to each other. Where when you're in a relationship in the very beginning, everything is perfect. It's fun. The sex is awesome. The sex is plentiful. And then as you go on in this relationship, life starts to creep in
Yeah.
and things tend to not be as fresh. And my wife and I, we sit sometimes and we go, okay, we need a date night. We need to hit reset. We need to take it back to zero. And, just one night or two nights or whatever. So it's really just about that. You know what I mean? Like just taking it back to zero, having your moment, and then get back to life again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to hold you up too much longer. Only to say, or ask you where people can pre-order the album because there's still a couple of weeks, still plenty of time to get the album.
Yeah, I would go to thedeaddaisies.com.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's there. Tour dates. You can buy tickets for the tour. You can buy the record. You can see photos. You can see videos. Everything and anything. It's kind of like a Kmart of anything Dead Daisy.
Ah, brilliant. I should actually quickly mention the two support acts you got for the UK, which the Bites and the Treatment.
Yes. Looking forward to playing with the guys. You know what though? Again, like every time we come over there, it's been amazing. I mean, we've had some great bands play. We did some stuff with Lynn Jackaman. We did some stuff with The Answer.
Yeah.
Uh, just every time we come over there, it's been amazing. So you know what? I did do some acoustic shows while I was out of the Daisies over there in the UK, but I'm really looking forward to getting back and making some much louder noises in the UK.
Brilliant. Well, I look forward to seeing you in Bristol. The album, well, it's just brilliant. I can't say it's a return to form because it's just better than everything else.
Thank you,
Just
brother.
absolutely better than everything else. I urge people just to go and buy it. Just don't worry about listening to the singles. Just go and buy the album. You won't be disappointed.
And I think they'll really appreciate, because my favorite part of the record is the spaces in between the songs. They're awesome.
John, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.